Wizkid Burnaboy and Tems declared that Afrobeats is not for them. They are not Afrobeat artists and consequently they do not want to be put in a box. This statement seems fashionable right now. Wizkid recently brought this topic back to life on his X feed. He states, "I am not an Afrobeat artist. I am not Afro anything. I dug up an interview with Apple Music last year, 2023, and here is what Wizkid had to say.
I'm a musician from Africa. There's nothing I can't make. I don't put myself in a box.
I think it's very interesting that artists from Africa, especially Nigeria, are having a global view of themselves, looking at the evidence, especially the numbers and impact. Artists like Wizkid, Burnaboy and Tems are holding their own. Here is what Burnaboy had to say about Afrobeats.
Burnaboy has been Afrofusion. Afrofusion is not a box. Now, why I created Afrofusion is because I didn't want to be boxed into any Afrobeat or boxed into hip-hop or boxed into anything because I don't believe in genres. For someone who doesn't believe in genres, where are you going to keep me?
Like Wizkid, Burna Boy is a massive global artist with shows selling out stadiums all over the world. One thing that has been consistent with Burna Boy is that from the onset of his career, his music has always been different, with unique flows and patterns to the extent that he is misunderstood and underrated. Obviously, this is no longer the case now. Here is what Tems had to say about Afrobeats.
My music is alternative. It's alter, but yeah, in the world scope, Afro, soul, R&B. It's like a mesh of different genres. I didn't know about genres, so I was just making music, so that's why this is a bit weird. But I noticed that any music that comes out of Nigeria, people just put it under Afrobeats because it's Nigeria is Africa, so now the new name for African music seems to be Afrobeats, and I don't know that that's right because it's like there's so many genres.
Tems exploded onto the world stage after featuring in Wizkid's massive global hit song Essence. And like Burna Boy, her music was not the norm in Nigeria. She is classified as alter music, meaning alternative. The question is, why is every artist that come out of Africa labeled Afrobeats? Let us be clear about African music. It's diverse, rich in culture and tradition. South Africa, Congo, and East Africa respectively have Amapiano, Soukous, and Bumba music, whilst in Nigeria you also have Fuji music and Igbo highlife. Why are Afrobeats' biggest stars denouncing Afrobeats?
But I noticed that any music that comes out of Nigeria, people just put it under Afrobeats.
I'm a musician from Africa. There's nothing I can't make. I don't put myself in a box.
It appears that the title Afrobeats does not fully capture the essence of artist music works. For context, Burna Boy's and Wizkid's music is definitely a mashup of different influences, while Afrobeats is specific. The question is, where do artists fall when they start to expand and experiment with their music? Does it really make sense to place all of Africa in this one category? Should the music industry eradicate these labels and place artists on an even keel and not have to create a so-called special category at award shows? Please let me know your opinion in the comments below. Having an umbrella term for Afrobeats has helped move the genre from the so-called world category to a more modern space. It has given credence to pride and connectivity to culture from diaspora. There has been great interaction and collaboration between the motherland and diaspora, thereby supporting the spread of Afrobeats. The name Afrobeats was coined in the diaspora. You can get more understanding of this in my video, Why is Afrobeats so popular? Could it be that artists are feeling a disconnect as they had no input in coining the name Afrobeats? Or is it just a case of wanting to compete on a level playing field with artists around the world? Listen to Tems' take on competition.
I'm competitive within myself, but I'm not competitive with other artists. Nobody can compete with me.
Tems releases her music as R&B, and from this assertion, it's clear that she wants to compete in that space as opposed to being lumped and put in a box. Let us read out some of Wizkid's take. I am African, yes, but I do make all sorts of music, but I do not want to be labeled just Afrobeats. That's just like saying every American artist makes rap music. I have made songs from different genres of music. Made in Lagos is not an Afrobeats album. That's a fusion of different sounds. And real music, the word Afrobeats, was made up by you all to put all we make into one box. Clearly, Wizkid is not happy